This segment will be on Gmail. Once you are signed into your Google Chrome browser, you can get to Gmail a couple of different ways. If you are on the Google landing page, you will have a link directly to Gmail right here. You can also access it by clicking the 9 boxes for apps and selecting Mail, as well as if you happen to not be on this particular page, you can access it with the Google Apps link up here and select Gmail. Either place that you click it, it will load your Gmail account. This is the screen that you will see when you're logged into your Gmail. Across the top, you have Aldine ISD. You have a search bar that allows you to type in any search you would like to complete within your inbox. You also see your name. The 9 boxes link to other apps you may want to go to, your notifications, as well as your Google account. Below that, you see Mail, which can be clicked on to go to your contacts or any tasks that you have. You also see a select box, which has a drop down that allows you to select all, none, the read, unread, starred, or unstarred. You see a refresh button, and if you click it, it will refresh to show you any new messages that you have received recently. And you have a drop down for more, where you can mark all as read and other options may appear. You will see your unread messages appear at the top of the list that is shown. Right now I have no unread messages, but how it would appear is in the same list you see here, and it will be bolded. Everything else that you have read will appear below that, and you may click on any one of these and it will open that message or that email. Over on the left, you will see a red compose button. If you click that, it will compose a new message that will appear down at the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Your to field will appear there, and you would type in whoever you would like to send your message to, and it will auto-populate to who you'd like to send it. If you'd like to include a carbon copy or a blind carbon copy, you may select whichever one you would like to do by clicking on it and type in the particular person's name you would like to carbon copy. As well as blind carbon copy can be selected in order to send a copy of an email to whomever you'd like. You then also have your subject line that you may type in. And once you've typed in your subject, you can start typing your message. Down at the bottom of your message, you have your font options to select what font you'd like, the text size, whether you want it bold, italics, underlined, also your text color, where it is aligned, to the left, center, or to the right. You can also create a numbered list You can create a bulleted list, as well as you can indent less or indent more. You can insert a quote, and you can also remove formatting. Across the bottom, you also see options to attach files, which will bring you to anything that you have directly on your computer, and you may select whatever it is you'd like to attach. You can attach or insert files using your Google Drive, and if you click on that, it will pop up a box that brings you directly to your Google Drive. So if you have a particular item or document that you would like to insert directly to an email, you may do that from your Google Drive by clicking the Google Drive triangle at the bottom. You can also insert a photo directly from your computer. You can insert a link, as well as insert emoticons. At the bottom, you also have the option to discard the draft, as well as more options to print, to check spelling, and so forth. This discard draft is important. Every time you compose a message, it will automatically save it as a draft. So if you happen to not finish the particular message and you close it out, or you close out of Google Chrome completely before you finish that draft or that message, you'll find it in your drafts folder. It saves it automatically there. In order to minimize this on your screen at any time, you can click the minimize button and it will show up down here. You just simply click that box again and your message will appear. If you want to make it a full screen, which I don't suggest doing, but if you would like to, you have that option, as well as saving and closing. Notice how it says save and close. Anything you do in Google will automatically be saved, and in this case, it'll be saved as a draft. You then, at the bottom of your screen, if you are ready to save it, or to send it, rather, you have your blue send button. Once you have sent the message, you can go over to your left-hand side and click Sent Mail, and it will appear at the top of your list. Along the left-hand side, you have your Compose button. Right underneath that, you have a link to your inbox. You have a link to anything you have starred for importance, which if you would like to star something, you go to that particular email you've received, and on the left-hand side of it, before the subject, you will see a checkbox, and you will also see a grayed out star. If you would like to star it, click the star, and it will appear in your starred list. There as well. To unstar an email, just unclick or click the star again and it will gray it out. Any things you've marked as important, which can be done here as well. This little tag or arrow signifies that that message is important. And so you may click that or unclick it to mark it as important or mark it as not important. Those ones will show up over here in your important list. Any emails you have sent will show up under your sent mail. Once again, any drafts that you start or any messages that you start and do not complete will automatically be saved as a draft for you. You will also see any circles you have. You can see your archive and your outbox. Down on the bottom of the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see the option to have a instant message chat with particular people at your school as well as people within the district. This is an easy way for you to see people that are logged in on your particular campus, and you can automatically click on one of those people and it will show up a chat box over on the right hand side of the screen. Instead of having to send them an email directly, you can type your message to them and send it to them directly. On their end, this type of a box will appear saying that you have tried to contact them via Google Chat. Up at the top of your screen, again, you have the search option. So if you wanted to search for all of the messages that were sent by a particular person to you, you can start searching for their name, and again, it will auto-populate. You'll select whichever one it is you'd like, and then it will show you every every email that has been sent to you or from you to that particular person. Up here, you'll see how many total, as well as how many is showing on this particular screen. You'll have your navigation arrows to go forward and backwards within your search. And if you'd like to get back to your inbox, just simply click Inbox on the left-hand side. One additional thing that you will have over here is your mail settings. Display settings, as well as configuring your inbox and selecting any settings or themes that you would like. There's also a link to help if you would need it in your Google Mail. Those are the basics for your Gmail account.